Is your character not as agile as you would like?
Karluk looks at Euphemia and says, I really wish he would have missed, and then just falls over.
Is DM's grace in short supply?
Oh, and the candles go out
Yeah.
on the Minotaur's horns.
Is compassion not your character's strong suit?
Minotaur more like beef or more like cannibalism? I'm asking for a friend.
Is persuasion your dump stat?
Be prepared for a caster. Please do not move on their own.
There's no caster here.
Listen long enough, and you too might learn how to roleplay 8 charisma.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Roleplay 8 Charisma. I'm happy to report the entire party is back in the house. So we are super excited about that. Couldn't be more excited. And we left the game in like sort of action-pack adventure mode. But we will need a quick summary from someone. I would call on someone who hasn't summarized in a long time, but they're also the person who wasn't on last time. So that might be a little awkward. So why don't we go to Craig? You haven't summarized in a while. Craig, no one got injured last time.
I don't know that you want me to summarize.
I really do.
Summarizing is not really what Shadeen's all about. He's about himself. The universe is really talking to him. That takes a lot of his. So there was a tavern, and there was a halfling, and there was a ghost, and there was a burning red wizard, and there was a dwarf that was really full of himself and started to make demands of local gendarmes. That got really confusing to all of us, including in the end, I believe that dwarf himself was quite confused. As was the local constabulary, why this dwarf felt that he should be included in any kind of local discussions. And then we all ended up deciding that the ferry was really the way to go, and we were going to go find out what's going on in the ferry. And so we were doing an enormously successful job of going and sneaking up on this big, giant, quiet boat. And thanks to John, we were all super sneaky. I believe he gave of himself so much to make us sneaky that his cat form was unable to climb, which one would assume would be almost like a natural thing for a cat to do. Sadly, he was unable to do that. Which then left the halfling to her own devices to end up landing on the roof of the boat, just as our big armored tanky dwarf jumped inside the boat.
Leroy Jenkins!
Yeah, he did a Leroy Jenkins, the College of Military Strategy and Tactics of Leroy Jenkins. And we were about to, I believe, fireball the boat when one halfling and one dwarf decided to stand directly at ground zero and still would not actually acknowledge that they were in any way impeding the launching of said fireball.
Euphemia, high five.
Okay,
Yes.
So this is really important. I need to ask the universe this question. And also, Craig, that was amazing. Good job.
Well,
You're a point
I
of
don't know
inspiration,
about
Craig.
amazing.
No, I like it. It covered all the essential pain
Just
points.
trenchant. It went right to the point.
The first 2 minutes
right
were
to
kind of
my
painful,
pain
the rest
points.
was spot on.
That's right.
That's right.
So, Russ, I've been playing secondary effects of magic since day one of the campaign.
Yes.
And so we had this back and forth in our text messages on whether or not my natural ability to bend fire around my friends would affect what is potentially just like wood shrapnel flying everywhere. Because if I throw a fireball into this ship, like what level of like D&D rules say, it doesn't necessarily break through walls and other kinds of things and so forth and whatnot. But that seems really out of sorts. Like, this is one of those, like, I would like to understand how the GM envisions it kind of questions.
That's a great question. So I will answer it in a moment as I finish up the summary. So you guys Craig did a great job of summarizing. So Craig, if you didn't already take a point of inspiration.
I've already got one. Does anyone else? Would anyone else like one?
I would.
A couple of quick points.
Off to Seppi.
Yes, there was a tavern in town, and there was a seance going on there where you learned a lot of interesting things during the seance. Euphemia was thoughtful enough to ask all those some interesting questions, and you learned quite a bit. Not the least of which is that there are some of these, invisible dwarves, which was a big part of the scene, out here on the docks, and you went out to investigate. And just as things are about to get interesting, we paused the last session. Now, yes, so your question is, if I shot a fireball into a boat, and if I have the skill to not have anybody of my own friends hit by said fireball, would they be immune to all secondary effects? The answer is no. So, for example, if you shot a fireball into a rickety old boat that was on a mostly frozen but not quite frozen lake, and said fireball were in fact to crack the lake and sink the boat, all those in the boat would also sink. They would not be magically held aloft by some sort of fire-bending skill. However, the actual damage of the fireball itself, however many D6s you roll, would not affect them directly.
What about the shrapnel from said thing? You consider that part?
It kind of depends on where you shoot the fireball. So if you get it through a window and it actually lands inside the room, then the shrapnel would blow out. And if everybody's inside the room, you're fine. There's a lot of detailed shrapnel rules, so I wouldn't really over-extrapolate it. But I'm the kind of DM that might say, well, maybe the guy gets blown off the boat, has to make a deck save kind of thing, because of the force or something. But generally, no, there's not really any shrapnel rules for.
No, this
fireball.
is a very clear. That's great. As a GM, understanding if they were inside, I could bend the force and the fire around them. But if they're on the outside, that is just the universe reassuming control, and that they would be in danger.
Yeah, you only control the immediate effects of the fireball, not any secondary effects. Correct.
Yeah, all right then. So I'm not going to blow up my friends.
Okay, so one of the things, points of order. So we're in sort of about to be at the top of the round. However, it is also one of our party members blipped a couple of sessions ago, and I'm excited to say is returning. So Doc's character Karlek will be blipping back in. And Doc, for us to figure out when you should come in, I need you to roll initiative.
Ooh, he doesn't have a token to click on.
That's okay. Just roll it with an old-fashioned something or other. Add your initiative bonus. Tell me what you got.
All right. I got a 12.
12. Okay. I'm going to put you on the old initiative tracker here, Karlek, manually. So Karlek is on there, and he is a 12, and that will put him right. Pyric, what is your dexterity?
My dexterity is +2 bonus.
And Karlek, what is your dexterity?
Same, yeah, I'm a 15.
You're a 15, and Pyric, what is your actual dexterity itself?
It says 2.
No, I mean the actual number, not.
Oh,
not
I'm sorry, 15.
You're both 15s. Right. Okay. Well, you'll be since you're already here, Pyric, I'll give the nod to you, and you technically go before. All right.
Okay, one important point of order is I used my super card of automatic success to slip away from the invisible presence on the other side of the elk.
Did you?
Yes, I did. That's why I no longer have the card that says automatically succeed in a check.
Oh, what was the check you were succeeding from though?
I was staying stealth despite all the craziness. And knowing that there was a presence on the other side of the elk.
You automatically passed your stealth check, correct?
Yes, to continue to put myself and the elk have the elk be in the space between me and the invisible presence, and so I would be undetected.
Okay, the elk has a name. It's Persephone.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
I also have feelings there, Morgan boy, and you decided to blow them away with my chance for a fireball. So for stuff of that,
there's a little bit of a So you did your best. You did your best to stay concealed from anybody who is behind the elk. Correct. All right, and you did it. You did it well. You succeeded. If anybody was behind the elk, they cannot see you right now.
Yeah, that means by me behind the elk, I want it to be noted is farther towards the land on that bridge. If anyone's anywhere in that drive, that's who we're. Yes.
So when we last left the game, we thought it was the top of the round, but it actually was not the top of the round. It actually was this particular person's turn who you cannot see. Now, I have good news for you, Seppi, and I have bad news for you. The good news is it did indeed, your automatic success card did indeed make it possible so that no one behind the elk can see you, which is fantastic. The bad news is the dude is actually right behind you.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so he is actually literally right behind you, and it's his turn right now. So what he actually does is, as his bonus action, he enlarges to be big, and then he attempts to grapple you.
Okay.
Any chance he falls through the dock in his large state?
No,
so my question is, who does Doc appear near? Is it me because I'm closest in initiative order?
You would have to have noted, you would have to know exactly how the blip rules work. And
I do, because I rolled a 20.
You did? And you would have to have noted yourself personally where Karluk was when he last disappeared. Do you remember that?
Oh, he's in the water.
All right.
Never mind.
So, but tell you what, I will let you make a history check to see if you remember. You happen to know, but it's DC 16 because you would have had to know he was going to blip and mark in your head exactly where he was. How'd you?
Yeah, I got a 19 or something. I got something really high.
You happen to remember, this is actually good news. You happen to remember that it seems to you that Karluk was standing about 10 feet north of Shadeen at the time.
Oh, that's so good.
That's actually very good for you.
That's very good news.
By that,
that's very good news.
Hoping, gee, Karluk, I really hope you return right about now because I'm about to get and this thing makes a grapple attempt against you. Now, we've looked up grappling, and how grappling basically works is it is an opposed strength check. The attacker, instead of making an attack roll, he can choose to sacrifice one of his attacks to make a grapple attempt against his or her target, and you must make an opposed strength check. Now, because he is attacking from an unseen position, but also because he's large, his attack will have advantage. So,
I will use my inspiration to cancel that out. Not that that's going to help.
Well, it doesn't cancel out his advantage, but what it does do is gives you advantage on your defense roll, right?
Oh, okay.
Because it's an opposed strength check. So you can use inspiration not to affect the enemy, but you can use it to give yourself advantage. So you have advantage on your defensive roll. He has advantage on his offensive roll. This should be fun. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
Now his strength bonus is +3 with advantage. Oh, is that a nat 20?
It's a nat 20.
Did he?
What did he get?
On my screen. No, he got a 4. He got a 14 and a 4. So
I got a nat 20.
He actually misses you. He actually misses you with your nat 20. So nice, well used inspiration there, Seppi. He misses grappling you. And in his frustration, right? So this is what the guy looks like, by the way. Let me see if I can find him here. Let's see here. He looks a little bit like. Here we go. He looks like. How about the shoe? So after he's got multi-attack. So after he misses his grapple, he decides that's not the way to go. And instead, do
I get a card for that 20, or since it's a combat?
No, it's in a defensive attack thing.
Okay.
He actually, yeah, sure. It's a skill check. Sure, why not? Here you go. Here's your card, Seppi. There you go. Take that.
I would love to take it if I could see it.
He sort of furrows his brow. Oh, did I put it in the wrong layer?
No, it's good. It was me zoomed up.
Okay. So he furrows his brow slightly, and this sort of glowing blade appears around his hand, and the glowing blade is giant, just like he is. And the guy looks like this. Let me show you.
All these things are bad. I do not. I do not like any of these things.
and he strikes out at you with this giant glowing blade. So he's going to roll to hit here. Oh, is that a nat 20? Oh no, the glowing blade strikes home. Let me go to my little deck of cards here. This
quadruple damage.
Well, first of all, Well, the good thing is against players, it doesn't really work that way because that would just insta-kill people. But secondly,
I feel like it works against me.
the critical hit deck, this is how you do things like lose. Well, you can ask Doc how this works. Doc, can you remember any time at all that when you're a critical hit, anything bad happened to your character at all? Anything?
Wait, it knocks the intelligence back from Pyric back to Doc.
I don't want that to happen. That would be
A
unfortunate.
pinball machine.
Don't worry, Seppi. You're not going to take a lot of damage, but one of your characteristics might be permanently reduced. So,
But better yet, you should knock some of Pyric's strength back to Doc. That'd be even better.
That'd be a fair trade.
All right, so here we go. Let me check this out real quick. All right, so his glowing blade strikes deeply into you. It's like comes right in there, and you just look down and you see this blade go right through your shoulder. Because he's enlarged, he doubles his dice, so it's going to be 4d6 plus 3. Because the blade itself is enlarged.
This is a signature of Russ's Kevin. I did everything like intellectually possible to stop this from happening, and Russ is like, no, it doesn't matter.
You take 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And then because of the critical, it becomes the blade as he pulls it out, your wound just keeps bleeding. It becomes an open wound. Ooh. So for the next 1d8 rounds, you must make a Constitution saving throw. If you attempt to move 5 feet or more, and if you fail, you're going to take another d8 point of damage. So we're going to put a little. Let's see. How about I got to find a cool picture for this, like a bunch of arrows in your back seem good, and we're going to roll for the number of rounds here. So
I don't want to be that guy, but when they're large, don't they do additional d4 damage?
No, it's all baked into his enlarged version is just an extra. It doubles the attack dice on this thing, according to this one. So that's what we're using. So we're going to do, let's see, D8. So here we go. So it's going to be however many rounds this comes up with. So I'm just going to roll it. Here it goes. 7 rounds.
Ooh. Wow. I'm just going to die. That's going to be great.
Here you got 7 rolls. If you don't move, you're fine. You don't move. You're totally good.
Yeah, against this guy in hand-to-hand combat. That's just a good idea.
It kind of needs
this
help.
Was great.
All right.
Persephone's there.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
it's fine.
Today is the 8-1. All right. And so Seppi, you've got 7 rounds of open wound.
Oh yeah, that's just
I'll leave the card out here.
Magical.
And we'll put a little, I'm going to make a little counter here for us. I'll add it to the turn tracker and we'll call it
death by slow bleeding.
Open wound. And it's a -1. And it starts at 7. So what's cool about Roll20 is I can add this little formula here and each round it'll count down so we won't lose track of your open wound, Seppi. Now remember, if you stay still, nothing bad happens. If you move, you got to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw, and then you get. So you're not automatically.
I'm so good in hand-to-hand, Russ. That's like, not moving. Yeah. That's the smart thing to do.
But you're forgetting you've got the universe right there.
You do.
You have Mr. Universe.
All right. Speaking of who could save you, it's the Snow Leopard's turn. Snow Leopard.
All right. I move over here and I climb up this log like a cat should be able to do.
Roll it again.
Let's see.
Roll it again, Patty.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm not finished yet. I'll use my card that I forgot to use last time.
It's only DC 10, and you got a 9 again, folks.
I got a 9, but I get plus 1d6 with my cool card.
Oh, there you go.
So you can take that
and
card.
You're blessed, aren't you? Or no?
No, I'm not blessed.
Did your brother not bless you? Okay.
I
have blessed.
That's right. So Shadeen, myself, and that's right. I didn't bless him. I only get 3 people total.
So I actually get a 14.
Nice job.
Yep.
2. How do I get rid of this card again? I just click on it. Drag it on there.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can take it.
All right. Nice use to your card, Johnny. So you make it up to the.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I'll stop there. I'm going to, unfortunately, I can't get a flank on him, but I come running up there. Let me turn around so I'm facing him like a cat should. Here we go. And I launch myself, claws out, and attempt to bite this bastard.
All right.
I literally pounce on him. This is a move, but I got to hit or it doesn't matter. That is an 18. Does that hit?
It does hit, yes.
All right. He is going to take 13 piercing damage.
Nice damage.
All right. Yeah.
And I doubt he'll fail this, but he has to make a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
All right. Okay, so you said how much damage was it? 13?
Yeah.
All right. So the good news for him is when he's enlarged, all strength checks are advantage. So here we go. Here comes his strength check with advantage. And he gets a natural 20.
He seems unfazed by
He's
this.
like, there's this little cat on his forearm, and he's like, ugh. And he's getting ready.
I'm biting his forearm, and my claws are holding on his chest. I'm like gnawing at him. And that is my turn, though. However,
the feeling is about to bat you away. Okay. However, now it is time for the fire spread phase. You probably didn't know there was one of these in Dungeons and Dragons, but it turns out that if your spellcaster gets crafty and sets the ring on fire, one of these things shows up. So, Seppi, could you go ahead and roll? And I'm going to say that it is a evens or odds thing. So on evens, the fire will spread. Give me a roll. Evens, fire spreads. So the fire spreads in both directions here, and it starts to spread out to both sides of the rigging. And
he's gonna copy and paste us to death.
Here comes the fire. Look at that effect, people. I'm gonna have to go get some animated fire in a minute.
I think it's going out too, so we shouldn't spread that fast.
Speaking of loud outbreaks, it's Shadeen's turn.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right, laddie. Well, here you go.
Mm.
I yell, Leroy Jenkins! And I go to here.
You work on your battle cries.
I do. And as I do that...
Wait, there's a leopard there. You can't go there.
What?
Yeah.
What about here?
That'll work.
You can also move through me if you want and work. You can always go... If you have enough movement, you can always go around him and get a flank.
Let me...
You can't end on the stag either. You can move through the stag, but you can't end on him.
So
I don't know if you have enough movement to get here. I didn't.
I do. To go around and end up here?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
No. As he gets too far, I say, leave 10 to the north. Pakalik is returning. Don't drop him in the water.
Sorry about that. All right. Oh, wait, no. Let me give you a chance. Let me give you a chance. -1 on this roll. Nope, I don't remember where he was.
That's good.
Sorry, laddie. All
Fair
right.
enough.
As I'm running with me bonus action, as they say when they're talking about the mechanics of a game, I conjure up some spirits of dead, giant, invisible dwarves to guide me, and they start swirling around me in a shroud of spirits. And then when I'm here, I do believe I now have do I have advantage or no?
You do, because he's now flanked.
Oh,
Yes.
Then there you go. I am going to wallop him a big one with me axe.
All right. Wallop him a big one with your axe. Okay.
He's momentarily distracted by the cat clawing and
He's distracted by the
picking his
cat.
arm.
And the fact that Pyric's not
We'll
dead after
see.
he really
Oh,
skewered
what
him
have I
good.
done? Oh, what have I done? All right, I got this. And I'm going to do... Nope, stop it. 2 of those. And that was
It's
plus
showing
8.
21. How
So
much?
19.
19 is a hit. Yeah, 19 is definitely a hit.
19 is a hit. Excellent. All right, then. And it's me big giant axe it is. So... with the big giant axe, it's going to be one of these plus, oh, that's sad. Only +5. Oh, +5 plus D8. Let's see. This one. So that right there, +5 plus one of these here. Oh, look at that. 16, 21.
Oh, a big hit. You get him right in the backside there.
Yeah. But wait,
and
there's more.
he cries out in agony, and he's still up, but he's definitely bloodied and has definitely had better days than this one.
Well, that's okay, because I'm not done yet. I'm about to wallop him again.
All right.
Oh, how about somebody else do the math on that one plus 7? That's what is it?
25.
25 is a hit still, yes.
The little bastard.
Yeah.
He's a big bastard, but still. All right, so there's some damage. Oh, that's only 8. But wait, there's more where that came from. 12.
All right. 12 points of damage. That's enough. You strike him right across his spinal column, and the massively tall dwarf starts to teeter to the left, like he might fall over on the elk. And then he starts to teeter to his right, like he might fall off the pier. And Pyric, if you roll for me, please, an even number, he falls off the pier, and an odd number, he falls towards the elk.
Can I lean into him so I push him one way and fall with him?
Sure. Which way do you want to push him?
I want to push him off this way so he doesn't fall on Pyric.
Okay. Which way are you pushing him? Towards Shadeen to fall?
No, this way.
Towards the... Okay, yeah, go for it. So you rolled even, so he's going that way. So, John, you're going to jump on him to help push him that way? So you...
Well, as long as he's going that way.
Yep. So you go with him, right?
Okay. Yep.
Oh, well, you can make a dex check to see if you can bounce off him and land on the pier. How's that?
All right, that sounds good.
All right.
That'll be a 22.
Oh, you do elegantly. I'll give you a free move to here. How's that? As you leap off.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Do you have any more movement? Or are you out of movement?
And he falls down and thumps
I'm out of movement.
He makes a huge thump on the ice.
I'm not done yet, by the way.
And there's some cracking around him.
Which is fine.
You see the cracks like move away from the ice a little bit. And as he hits, he starts to shrink. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but before he shrinks and when he still looks really big and scary, I say, take that shadow weapon, you big shiny weapon bastard.
Yeah, and his blade that was there goes away as soon as you cut through his spine. It just vanishes.
Yes, well, clearly it was connected somehow to his spine.
Yeah, there's these huge cracks in the ice all through there, and you definitely made a nice thumping noise as you do when things hit ice. And he is now dead, as they say, and we'll draw some little cracks there just for fun. All right, so there we go. Nice crack drawing there, people. This whole area here is all cracking. Nice job. All right, thank you for the assist there, crackers. Okay, wait. Anyway, moving on. Shadeen, thank you, Shadeen.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm done.
Anything else, Shadeen? Are you good?
No, now I'm done.
That was quite a turn. Very impressive there. Pyric was looking rough there, but you just saved the day.
You did. Thank you.
Ulrich,
you're welcome.
This is the turn I've been waiting for.
And now, so the question is, the door's closed because I went in the window and out the window.
That's correct.
And if I move in front of the window, can I strike through it? Actually, you know what? Just have some fun here. All right. So we are going to. I look at the others and go, "Where did everybody go? Leave all the fun to myself," because I can't see Euphemia. I'm going to crack open the door and then crack this guy across the face. It goes, "Surrender now if you know what's good for you. I am Ulrich Dane, here to take you prisoner. If you do not surrender, you will die a horrible, horrible death."
You're going to say all that before or after you hit him in the face with an axe?
As I'm whacking away. You know, like
okay.
Bad dog.
I'm glad. Thank you, Craig, for clarifying the question. All right.
And I'm looking right at this guy with the big arm when I say that.
Okay. Excellent. And you smack this guy. Okay, go ahead. Roll to hit.
All right. Just a regular roll up. We'll see what I get. AC 25 for... Is that right? That's right. For 17 points of damage.
AC 25 will hit, and you do 17 points of damage, which is excellent. And he is not bloodied, but he definitely does not look happy about that situation.
All right. We're going to hit him again because it can. And AC 21.
That also hits.
And that's going to be another 16 points of damage.
That hurts also. Now he's bloody.
All right. And I say, last chance before I kill you all. Me and me friends, we don't take quarter from those who wish to resist.
You jump on a boat and suddenly you're a pirate.
Aye.
Give no quarter.
It's
we take what we want.
Ain't over it to you.
We take what we want. More of a guideline, really.
Marley.
All right. Well, Okay, so
I can't withdraw, so I'm stuck there, and I'm in the doorway, so let's see where they come from.
yeah, it's good. So it's actually one of these guys' turns now. So
Large,
this
go
guy,
ahead, do it large. Go ahead, big boy.
Jadine, do you have any rope on you?
Rope? I might have. I can't remember. Give me a moment. Carry on as I look through me pack. I do indeed have some hempen rope.
All right. This is what I know what I'm gonna do when it's my turn.
Who's up?
all right. So this guy,
The bad
Joe?
guys.
this guy right here, just freaking disappears.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
What guy?
this
The guy
this
in the corner.
I'm just gonna make him disappear. Make a perception check, Joe. And Euphemia, you also can make a perception check.
We've never failed
Euphemia's
these in
on the
history of
roof.
us.
Oh yeah, Euphemia don't know. Joe, make a perception check.
But I am doing the thing where I'm on my belly looking in. Because I wanted to make sure there
Oh
weren't
wait. Oh wait.
Oh, you can't
Oh,
get
wait.
nothing past Joe.
Oh wait, that's a 23.
All
I
right.
have bless up. Oh, you mean that invisible guy?
You have blessed too, Euphemia. Roll a d4.
Yeah, thank you, John. I was getting to it.
All right. He's actually not invisible, Joe. So in all the hullabaloo in here with like the multiple sort of dwarves and everything going on, and you're in the middle of attack, obviously this guy thought you wouldn't notice him, but you're just like laser focused, keen perception in these sorts of situations. And I'll bring him back to the right layer here. Let me bring him back real quick. So actually where he is,
He threw the blanket over his head and thought you couldn't see him because he can't see you.
Good dog.
kind of,
Lampshade on his head.
there's this, I'm not here. There's this really, 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 really tiny little tiny guy running along the floor between the legs of the other guys. And he gets over to this corner over here. And he's like, he does this little quick gesture. He's like, and this little like glowing thing flies out of his center of his forehead right at you, Joe. But it's like super tiny. It's like, what are you even worried about? It's super tiny little thing, and it comes flying towards you. Let's see if he actually hits you. So he's going to roll a hit.
I think you're about to feel conservation of mass right in the forehead.
Good dwarf, bad dwarf. You missed like a champ.
Yeah, his bonus is only +5, so he gets a 12. What's your AC?
Much higher than that.
Yeah, so
Off the shield.
it deflects off your little shield, and then he does it again.
Big shield. Big shield.
Killing me.
Oh no, actually, for his second action,
He's got two actions.
he attempts. He's in your head, and you hear in broken dwarven, "Jump off the boat, cocky one. Jump off
Is it a
the
boot?
boat."
What is he, Canadian?
Make a
He's
DC
Canadian.
12 intelligence saving throw.
Well, I'm sorry, what?
An intelligence save.
I would use inspiration for this one because that jump off the
I'm
boot.
sorry, what?
I'm gonna get a 15 plus another D4, and that is going to be a 17. I don't jump off your boot.
Yeah, you really felt like you should jump off the boat.
I wish you did.
And if you look, there's like water down there where the ice is broken, and it would have been awkward. But you managed at the last minute to go, that's really, why would I even, no, that's dumb. And you hold off from doing that. And he is done. And now it is Euphemia's turn.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with the hammer.
Okay. For those listening at home, I think my favorite visual of this is John as the cat on the ice with his paws up on the boat, and his back paws keep slipping and slipping and slipping along the boat. That's just the best visual.
Cracks the hell out of that boat, though.
Yeah. Euphemia says, Ulrich, shield brother, I've been watching Pyric from up here, and he's holding it together as best as he can, but he's going to unleash unholy hellfire any moment now, especially after that guy wounded him. He took a serious wound. Plus, you might have to get over there and heal him with your special powers. So with that, Russ, I'm going to use my bonus move and do a leap, roll, and land on the dock.
All right, let's see if you can leap and roll.
Doc's gonna be way up here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Not that dock.
Then you can shoot this guy through the door.
That's
dear.
Oh,
John, you know how you call things a dirty 20? That's like a halfling because I can't get the one reroll.
Yeah, that's exactly the worst thing you can get as a
Get a
halfling.
plus D4 to that too.
All right, so it is a 12 with a D4. Let me switch screens.
That's still pretty good.
That's still pretty good. Now, what were you trying to do exactly here? How hard?
I just was doing a.
He actually got a 16.
Oh,
He got a
16's
16.
fine.
I'm
16's
just
pretty good.
somersaulting and landing on the deck.
Yeah, the bless or whatever's up right now helped you out a lot.
It's
So,
the blessing of Moradin.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you go.
never question the gods.
Okay, now as Joe mentioned, I take out my bow, and again, those for listening at home, the bow says to me, "Friends, not friends, to slumber swiftly." Now, the bow only speaks Goblin, but it just spoke in thieves' cant. And then I'm going to loose an arrow at that guy.
Well, wait. Where did we say the window was there, Craig? Right.
I thought he's standing in it.
No, no, I'm standing in the door. The window's here.
Oh,
yeah.
In
So
the
you
door.
can shoot that guy through the window. Yes, you got a shot.
yeah, here we go.
There's a window in the center of both sides.
Is he flanked or anything good like that, Joe?
No, in fact, he has soft cover because of the window.
Ooh, I
Plus
could
two
use my.
AC.
Is he the super leader?
This
Well,
guy.
actually, of the guys, the guy that Joe is trying to direct towards, the guy with the helmet in the picture, is more super leadery.
All right, I'm
looking.
going to wait. I'm not going to issue my super uber command.
Yeah. And I'll show you some pictures here. So
Doesn't Euphemia get advantage on anybody who's in melee?
She doesn't get
combat?
advantage. She gets sneak attack.
Well, I do
Sneak
need to
attack,
look at. I think it's my skirmisher or my piercer. I do have something that gives me advantage.
If you stand
When
still,
you don't move,
That's what it is. Okay.
steady aim.
Wait, I got to roll my d4.
and a plus D4 to that. Boink. 21.
21, Russell.
21 hits.
Wow.
Okay.
People are rolling out of their boots today.
I know, the blessings are
Everybody's
killing
just
it.
rolling out of the boots.
Damage is 1d6.
Even you, Pyric, with a nat 20. That was impressive.
Yeah, my dice schizophrenia has struck.
No bless on that, right, Joe?
Not damage. Not damage.
How many
Yeah.
times can you use bless, Joe, in a turn?
You get your sneak attack damage too.
Every attack, every time you roll.
Oh, because that is considered flanking, even though like the door.
It's not the
there.
flanking. He just has to be adjacent. You have to have an ally adjacent.
So I think I'm up to 3 more d6 then.
Wow.
And I'll
Might
keep
be-
those rolls.
It might be 2 more d6. You might want to check.
All right.
Yeah, it seems like a lot, but I think
But
you
he
got him
rolled
anyway.
a 1 on
So his
something.
fifth level is 3d6 plus his bow, so it's 46.
Oh, it is 4 3d6. Well,
It's 46 plus he's going to get his plus you can roll your 2 if you choose.
My 2 what? Oh, my reroll my 2?
Yeah, you choose. That's your ability, right, to reroll your damage.
Yeah.
So that is a total is what? 8 plus 8, 16 plus your dex. So 20 points of damage.
Here we go.
Oh, wow. So that arrow goes right through the center of his forehead, and he just drops.
Magic bow plus 21 points of damage. My bad.
Woof. And I have one more action, and I'm going to move to here behind this cover.
All right. Okay. Pyric, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling stabbed and betrayed, and I do feel a great amount of admiration for both Shadeen and Thrall. Their courage and friendship really get me to focus in despite the fury. And I know that Shadeen is too busy listening to the universe to understand that the universe is going to drop Cowlick into the drink, and that is going to be a bigger problem. So what I'm going to do is focus in the direction away from the fire and the madness so that I can focus on friendship and responsibility. And so
Well done.
doing such,
Well, I just want to point out, Seppi, that friendship is magic.
It is, and that's exactly what's going to happen right here. Friendship is magic. If it wasn't copyrighted by somebody else,
by some pony somewhere, yeah.
So, I take up the staff of ice and I summon my helping hand, like I did before for when we were saving Auntie's house, and I whisk the rope of Shadeen around Shadeen and throw it out where I know Cowlick is going to be.
Oh, nice. So you're putting a little rope. So Seppi, go ahead and draw a little rope from Shadeen's character to where you want to put it.
Okay.
I think Starfinder was a little pony.
Yeah,
you can't catch it with Mage Hand.
Maybe that was Rainbow.
No,
Finder.
Mage Hand can only do 10 pounds. So I can manipulate it, secure it, and get it out there with some flair. But more
are you
importantly,
tying it to the dock? Or are you tying it? How are you doing it? Give me some.
I'm gonna do Shadeen with leverage around this buoy. So it's gonna be like this here, and then out, in and around in a coil. So Cowlick has the most chance to grab hold of it.
Nice. All right, I love it. So yeah, so Shadeen, your rope.
I didn't know Shadeen carried purple rope.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
Hey, man.
Rope,
that's the magical aura blowing on the rope.
Does seem like a Shadeen thing. Huh?
Sometimes the rope goes in through the outdoor. Okay, so nice job, Pyric. Anything else?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna try not to bleed everywhere, and I'm going to get ready to continue to manipulate the rope, hopefully giving Cowlick an advantage so that he can use its swing into action and tell me about the other side. Tell me about your homeworld, Cowlick.
All right. Well, good timing, because in fact, right after you're done there, Seppi, Cowlick does indeed appear right. Just like there's a strange, like sort of starring situation. All of you sort of see like a lot of stars everywhere, and it's almost like the world kind of fades slightly. And then all of a sudden, Cowlick he comes in at the height of Shadeen, right? And then he drops from the height of Shadeen down to the ice level. So, Cowlick, why don't you make a dexterity save to see if you can stay on your feet and not go prone?
Superhero landing.
Yeah, stick the landing.
Am I able to help him with my saved action and all my
well, sticking the landing, well, the rope won't help for that part, but it'll help if he starts to sink or anything. 11. That's good enough. It's not a hard DC. You do hit the ground, and there's rope right there, like sort of semi-hovering nearby, which is great. And you are there on the ground. Now, when you do thump, though, there is some cracking of the ice also, and you kind of see the ice cracking around you. Yeah, thank you for drawing that. And Carla, could you go ahead and make a perception check for me?
Yeah, Cowlick, he's always prepared for everything because he sucks a bugbear around every corner. We'll never let him down. Oh, 19.
Oh yeah, you're really good at this sort of perception thing. So you look over and you sort of see, you sort of see, you're kind of quickly assessing the situation, but a 19 is really good. So you're sort of just coming back and you're like, well, we're in ice, and you've been gone for a little while. So it's suddenly much colder than you sort of remember the situation, and which is interesting. And you're on this icy frozen lake that's cracking below your feet. So it's not like stupid frozen, but it's pretty frozen. And on the bridge there is Shadeen and this elk, as well as Pyric. And there's a boat that's semi on fire. And, Ulrich's half leaning through a window and got blood on his axe as he brings it back for another swing. And as you take all of that in, you kind of glance around out into the open lake and you realize you're in the Thames. And you're like, oh man, I think I actually know. I think this is East Haven. And you're like, wasn't there a legend about something in the lake? And you kind of look out and you see this big giant shadow under the lake, sort of moving in your general direction. You see that
It's
there
a
on the
pony.
map?
The pony.
So there's this shadowy figure under the water, sort of coming towards you. Do you see it there?
Sure, that's nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing. So that's your situation, Carl. What would you like to do?
She's like, blip back.
Emergency, real life emergency.
When Cowlick appeared, it looked like he was squatting, which proves that even when you're blipped, you still have to use the bathroom. but then he's still in a crouch as he falls, lands on the ice, and as Karlach ever does, he looks for his friends for support and advice, and notices that shadowy creature off in the distance, which I'm sure is, that's just a legend. It's not real. Probably just, a shadow under the ice. And the school of tuna, maybe. Nonetheless, Karlach will move at a medium pace towards the pier and then lift himself up away from the icy lake.
I called him. Take the rope, Karlach.
Oh, right. Yes. And of course, Karlach grabs the rope.
How can you miss the bedazzled rope?
Yep. Any roll, Russ? I'm expecting some roll for this.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay. Athletics?
It's only DC 10 because the rope's right there. It's easy to go.
Nice. Sweet. All right. Karlach is up.
Karlach just box jumps up there with a dirty 20.
Go ahead and move yourself where you want to be.
Pay attention there, Panther. That's how you do it.
3.
I can't hear you. You're too far away.
Okay, so
I'm a loud dwarf.
I fist bump Karlach as he goes by.
Okay. So Karlach moves up past Shadeen to look at Pyric. And Pyric, what should I do?
Keep the dwarves on the boat. I'm burning it down.
Keep the dwarves on the boat. I'm burning it down. All right, makes perfect sense to me.
Not Ulrich. All non-Ulrich dwarves.
I was going to say, from your standpoint, the only dwarf on the boat is Ulrich. What's gone wrong?
That's one move. I'm going to my return up. I'm going to slap Shadeen on the back and inspire him through the warmth of friendship. So bardic inspiration to Shadeen, and I'm going to healing. Oh no, that's a bonus action. I can't do that. Healing word. I'm going to healing word.
No, that's more important.
Way more. Yep. Here we go. 4 hit points of healing word.
Ooh, what's that?
And a healing word, is that one of your bard spells there?
It is. It is a bard spell. Yep.
Why don't you go ahead and make a performance check for me there, Karlach?
Oh.
Is this for the crowd watching?
That's quite good.
Right.
So you do a very good job with this spell, and you can reduce the amount of bleeding he has for D4 turns. Go ahead and roll it.
Sweet. There we go.
Nice.
So by 2. So he's only got 5 turns left where the open wound is a problem.
Where the giant monster's sneaking up on me as I bleed profusely into the lake.
Yeah.
Only 5 more rounds. No big deal.
It's fine.
I'm going to up with an extra move action.
Combat's only average like 4 rounds. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Karlach, anything else? That was a nice. Whoa, that's holy crap, Karlach, you're fast.
Yeah, that's 2. So it's 6 and then 6. 2 move actions.
All right.
Just did a bonus action, so.
Oh yeah, got it. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. So now some of the Drugar on the boat's turn.
Intimidated by me?
Well, that's a great check. Why don't you make an intimidation?
Question is, are they going to try to show us their papers that they have permission to be on the boat?
Oh, let's not turn these things around to make it complicated. Let's just kill them all.
Unfortunately, I only got a 10 on intimidation.
Yeah, they're not worried about it. So at least this guy's not.
That was a good one, John.
This guy, Joe, you're in front of the door. There's a window right here. This guy right here, I'm about to move, so you can't see it yet, but he's going to come through the window. Let me get him on the screen here. Give me trouble. Where is he? There he goes. Yes. So one of the Drugar with the punk rock hairdos here, little mohawks. He's going to go ahead and fall back, and let me make an intelligence check with him, see if he's going to fall back.
Better run.
What this guy's feeling. He's only feeling moderate, so yeah, he's going to go ahead and be bold. So he actually goes ahead and leaps through the window. So he's going to make a little dexterity check.
The more you practice, the less you will bleed in battle.
Here comes his dexterity check. Oh, he does quite
Oh.
well, leaping through the window effortlessly, jumps over to here, getting right in front of Karluk. And
He moved out of my threaten range, though, right?
what's that?
Did he move out of my threaten range?
Oh yeah, I guess he did. So he gets to here. He wouldn't actually do that. So he gets to here then, and he will go ahead and I can't decide. Let's see. Evens. He's going to attack Karluk. Odds it's going to be you, Ulrich. Let's see. Evens is Karluk. It's Karluk. Karluk, you're the winner.
Welcome back.
Yeah. So he rolls to hit you with he's got a shield and a short sword. So he goes after you with his short sword here. Short sword attack. And it is the short sword is +6. So that will be a 23.
That's it.
That's a hit. And his short sword does only does D6 +4. These guys aren't all that in a bag of chips. So he's going to do a whopping 8 points of damage to you. But then his short sword swings out again. And also gets a nice hit with a 23. And he also gets to do his D6 +4 damage as well. So he does another 8 points of damage to you, Karluk. Wacky whack. And he looks like he's trying to glance around for some opportunities there, and he is done. And it is time now for the Submerged Shadow. So the Submerged Shadow comes drifting over here. And we're going to rotate him slightly so he can fit in. He's sort of seeing all this sort of movement situation here. He comes submerging over here. And he comes up and he thumps the dock. He gives the dock a good thumping, as it were. And as he does so, everyone needs to make the dock like shakes, right? So we're going to make a check for the dock. Yeah, the whole dock starts to shake. Not just dock, but actually the entire pier situation.
Is that an athletic checks?
Yes. We're going to make athletics checks, DC 12 for anybody.
I'll take a card, please.
There you go. Anybody within let's see, 30 feet of this thing. So John, you get a card? You already have a card? Or you don't? Nice.
I do not have a card because I just used it.
There, Johnny. Great. How did you do, Shadeen?
Can I take an acrobatics test?
You can. That would also work.
I'm going to spin up into the air as I do this.
Was that Ulrich who rolled a 1?
So 15.
This is Persephone.
Oh, Persephone. Oh, yes, you rolled a 1.
You don't want us that are on the boat to roll it, right, Russ?
No. You're not. Well, you got.
Wait, I'm on the dock now.
It's the dock. Yeah. So if you're within 30 feet.
See, it's a exact same one worse. It's a worse. Well, it's the same card ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not within 30 feet.
All right. So the leopard did it. How'd you do, Shadeen?
15.
You're good too. The elk did not make it, so the elk is knocked down, gone prone. We'll put a little prone symbol on there, and make a dexterity check for the elk to see if it gets knocked into the water there for me, there, Joe. How'd you do, Pyric?
15 using my inspiration given by Shadeen's stuffs.
Good thing you did, because the 6 would not have been a good story. The 15 is a good story, so you stay up there.
10 on the elk.
All right. So the elk actually 10 is fine. He stays on the dock. It's not that hard to stay on the dock. But the dock starts to crack. You're not really sure how many of those kind of hits the dock can take. All right. It is the big dude's turn. When I say big, I don't mean big dude. I mean just a regular guy. I wouldn't worry about it.
He's going to be big.
It could be big. So this guy's got this huge shield. He's wearing plate mail. He looks a little bit concerned that you're blocking the door. So he's going to go out the other door on the other side.
Gonna be really sad. All that
that
quality dwarven equipment at the bottom of the lake. It's gonna be so sad.
I see plate mail. I see it sinking. I know. I hear you.
Luckily, you have a brother who can turn into swimming animals.
So true.
And I'm about to see one.
Animal? Yeah, like
it's Nessie.
Oh, look, you know what I was thinking is that a hold of a ship is very similar to a well.
Especially in a frozen lake. That
I
seems
know.
to actually make sense.
Wisdom
That
of the
tracks.
Shire is upon you,
5,
Mike.
10, 15, 20, 25. He gets to here and he enlarges himself. He's getting under the mask now. And I'm bowing under it. And he's got this massive shield and he's got this massive, he walks out there and he pulls off from his back. He's got like a giant javelin holster and he pulls off this giant javelin and he looks around and tries to assess what the largest threat is he can see. So he's going to make a wisdom check here in this situation because he's a wise, battle-hardened warlord type person.
Sounds like common sense to me.
Yeah. But he only gets a 10, which isn't great. So it's going to be any of the three people as part of the dock. So it would be either Pyric or the leopard or Shadeen. He's decided to knock down elf is not a thing.
What about Karluk? He doesn't care about him.
He can't see Karluk from this angle very well.
Okay.
We probably wouldn't notice him. So
Tried to get you included, Doc, but
yeah, I'll try to help you out there. One or two.
You missed a lot of games. I thought you didn't want to be left out.
1 or 2 for Pyric, 3 or 4, 5 or 6. It's Shadeen. Shadeen, a giant javelin comes.
Is that long range for him?
That's long range if he goes for Shadeen.
Oh, would that be long range? They wouldn't shoot.
I think it's only 20 feet for a javelin, unless because he comes larger, something special.
30. It's 30 for a regular javelin.
It's 30.
Oh, it's 30. Okay.
So you might be okay. Let me check. I don't think enlarge changes the range.
It's 30, he's just out of it. So
you got me or Pyric.
All right, I rolled high, so I'll go for the leopard.
Yeah, you can go for me. That's fine.
Here you go, leopard. Rolling to hit. We didn't roll well. Wouldn't have mattered who he was shooting with.
Unless he has a +10, he missed me.
No, the javelin goes wide. Swoosh, and misses. And he does actually.
I do that super unnecessary cat twist to avoid it.
Does it fall short and spear the shadow creature?
No, sadly, it sticks into the dock. And ironically, he does not actually have multi-attack, which is sort of interesting. But there we go. So he comes out and does that sort of thing. And
because he's a fallen dwarf.
It's now it would be this guy's turn, but he's dead, so we'll remove him from the initiative tracker.
That's the best reason to skip him.
And your open wound goes down to 4. It didn't for some reason, so it's going to put 4 there. And now it is
he's dead.
The dead guy's turn. We'll also get rid of him. And now it is the snow leopard's turn. Ulrich.
1, 2, 3, 4. What is the lighting situation?
It is it's late evening, but there's a lot of stars out.
So is it dimly lit?
Yes, it would be dimly.
So then you can hide in dimly lit?
You can hide in dimly lit. Although I would warn you, yeah, you can hide in dimly lit. Yes.
Dark vision is only dimly lit.
Yeah.
Dimly lit. Dimly lit.
Unless you want to play it differently, but so I'm going to creep up here, only moving half speed, and stealthing.
Yep.
And I will, I'm going to use my dash too. So I'm going to try to hide behind this pillar over here. So I'll roll a stealth check with my +10 for. That will be a 30.
That is pretty good. Yeah, they lost track of you there.
So I'm in my little shadowy zone.
Yeah.
And I'm hiding behind here.
All right, sweet. Anything else?
That's it. That's all I got.
All right, it's time for the fire spreading. Pyric, why don't you roll? It evens, it spreads.
Yes.
Oh, it does. All right, the cutting and pasting continues of the fire. As, that one kind of flickers a little bit.
Paperclip.
Got a little trouble.
Clippy, oh no, Clippy's revenge.
Clippy, it looks like you're trying to cut and paste fire. Would you like to spread fire? Why, yes,
all right.
Clippy.
The fire's spreading.
Wood.
Now it's in the rigging above the very tall dwarf there, but not that much taller than him. So he's kind of getting a little worried about that. Shadeen, it is your turn.
Shadeen, you naturally have dark vision, so fog doesn't affect you. Is that correct?
I have fantastical vision and almost nothing affects me.
Fog does, though.
He can't see through fog.
Oh, he cannot?
Except for fog, apparently.
He can see through darkness.
I have this amazing ability that somehow there's always a loophole that it never really impacts.
No, he can see through darkness.
Any kind of darkness, but not any kind of occlusion.
Okay. That's
I'm
why
just going to stay where I am, and I'm going to shoot him twice with
Eldritch Blast.
agonizing Eldritch Blast.
Of shadow?
Is this the
Of
giant
shadow.
you're shooting?
Yes,
Oh,
this
shadow.
big giant guy here, yes.
Oh, the giant guy. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Don't
his
worry,
bolts-
there's no worry of shadows spreading.
His bolts are made of shadow. That's what.
Got it. I understand.
Right.
I'm not
ready?
sure shooting a shadowy creature underwater. When you could.
Uh-oh.
How'd we do?
16.
Made of shadow.
Yeah, he raises his shield ever so slightly and it deflects right off.
Okay, then.
He's in full plate mail and got this awesome looking shield.
How about a 25?
Well, a 25 does find it. You can see in this little picture, he's got this little hole in his face mask just below his neck, and he managed to get it right in there. Roll damage.
Okay, cool. So damage on this will be +5. Boop. So 13.
All right, 13 will actually damage him. So he'll take his 13 points of damage. Ow! He is not in any risk of being bloodied at the moment. All right, excellent. And anything else, Shadeen? There?
No. I'm good.
All right, excellent.
I untie the rope. This friggin' rope is tied around my neck. I mean my chest. I untie that.
All right, that's probably smart. Okay. All right. So excellent. Let me just come back to one little note here. I wanted to check. I think we're good. All right. Excellent. Okie doke. So moving on, it's Ulrich's turn. Ulrich, what are you thinking?
Elk moves to there, stands up, moves to there. And that's his move. So Persephone, we might need to get out of here quickly. And then I'm going to, this guy is not going to get another turn to go because we're going to take the advantage that Karlik gives me. I give Karlik a wink. Nice to have you back, brother. Let's see what we can do to this one here. And goes, remember, I gave you a chance to surrender. 24 to hit, 12 points of damage.
All right. Ouch.
And second attack is 25 to hit for 10 more points of damage.
Ouch. He's bloody.
And then I'm going to say, and then I'm going to look very sternly at this guy and say your prayers, my friend. This will be your last chance to surrender. And when I say do that, I look over at this guy.
All right. Okay. When you say that and you look over, make an intimidation check there, Joe.
You should never have forsworn Moradin. Oh, yeah. This guy is so intimidated. That is going to be a 23.
All right. That's pretty good. Yeah.
I forgot my D4 on my to hit with that other snap.
All right. So let's see here. This little dude. Yeah, he's going to so he's let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. That's an interesting little thing. All right, so he's going to first thing he does is he's definitely going to flee, but he's going to give you a parting shot. So again, this little tiny mini, barely can see it, little dagger, like glowing little dagger, flies out of his forehead right at you there, Ulrich. Pew! And he's rolling to hit.
Sparky, sparky, boom, Chucky.
Pew! And it is +5, so he only gets a 17.
This is my one, baby.
Which deflects off of you. And then
I've got a shield too.
And then he gets in your head again. You
no.
really want to jump. Make a intelligence saving throw there, Joe.
I have boots of striding and springing. I'm going to jump really far.
You do.
Oh no!
Oh, and that one.
Oh,
With a negative one.
Oh, Ulrich.
Oh no!
Ulrich. Okay, so yeah, you simply
That's awful.
turn around and you step right off the boat into this broken part of the ice.
Well, I jump. Can I jump? It says jump off the boat.
He's telling you to walk right off the boat. You do what he says. So he can move you. He can have you move up to 10 feet. So you just walk right off. Woo! And you hit the water and you start to submerge under it and wearing all of your armor. And so that's a thing. We'll deal with that when it's your turn again.
All right.
He then leaves the room, and we don't know where he goes at the moment. So we're going to just move him to a different layer. Okay. And okay. All right. Okay. Moving right along then. So Euphemia, you see your dwarven brother there just literally walk off the edge of the boat and hit the weakest part of the ice there that was already only kind of not even really frozen there, but you can tell by the image there. And he just goes right through it and starts to sink. He hasn't had a chance to really start to fight back and try to swim up in his armor.
Shoot the glass. Shoot the dwarf.
Yeah, Euphemia calculates.
And your bow's like in your head is like, nothing you can do for him. Kill another dwarf.
Well, in this particular instance, Ghibli is correct because Euphemia looks at her little, small, tiny biceps and figures she's not going to be able to hold a dwarf with plate mail, and figures that Karlik perhaps is probably much stronger. So if she could dispatch the enemy on Karlik, who goes after her, he's free to save Ulrich. Ulrich, hang on, spread your arms.
I'll be fine. Dwarves love water. Natural swimmers.
And then she knocks another arrow. When she knocks another arrow, her bow says, and it's supposed to say in Goblin, swift death to my enemies. But inside my head, Ghibli says, friends, not friends. To slumber swiftly. And shoots at this dude here.
So he's your now target, right?
Yep. No. So that is a little confusing. There's two things it says. Every time I knock an arrow, it says in Goblin, swift death to my enemies, and then I can give it the command, which is
so you didn't do that.
But just for people listening, if I give it the command, it says swift death to you who have wronged me.
Right.
And you can only do that once a week, so we're never going to see that ability again.
Unless he kills an enemy.
Right, unless I kill the enemy. Yeah.
We're only on week 2 of the entire campaign.
Yeah.
So what I am going to do is sacrifice my move. I'm going to use my bonus action to do my precise shot, which gives me advantage here, which will make also do sneak attack damage. So here we go for the roll. Pew pew. This is the roll to hit. And let me switch to my chat window to see what we got.
Yeah, 20 plus a D4.
20 plus a D4, Russ. Do I need to roll the D4?
No.
Okay. And then we get damage is the D6 for the bow.
46, reroll.
Oh! And then, Joe, you were so smart. I forgot to do that before. I can click sneak attack and do that.
Yep.
Oh, over there.
Can you reroll that too?
Yep, let's re-roll the 2.
That's 14, 19 plus 5 is 24 points.
Plus dex bonus.
Oh, yeah. That arrow goes right into the side of his temple, and he also collapses like a sack of taters.
And Ghibli says, slumber swiftly, slumber swiftly.
Nice. Rafe, take a point of inspiration for role-playing your bow so well, and also I need you to roll a die on an even number he falls into the ice.
Who falls in the ice?
The guy you just killed.
The dead dwarf. Dead dwarf.
Okay. I still have my inspiration. Who needs one?
I always need one.
I smack my inspiration to Pyric like a badminton birdie.
That is because I will use it every time. There's
all right, and I'm rolling which die? D6?
Any die. I just need an even or odd. Even he's in the water.
He's on
odd. He falls back onto the boat.
Good. I'm glad because I don't want him cracking the ice and making Ulrich sink faster. So I'm happy with that result.
Okay. All right. Pyric, Pyric, how are you feeling?
Shadeen liberates the rope. I feel my nighttime partner and constant consternation is in danger. So I will take the rope, which was around Shadeen, and I'll use my magic hand to get it to Ulrich because I have prioritized not focusing on the beautiful, beautiful fire and instead the light of friendship that is in my heart. It is the act of bravery and selflessness from Thrall and Shadeen that has inspired these actions.
Now, how fast can the spell move something, and how far?
It doesn't have range.
Magic hands.
30 feet.
30 feet.
Yeah, you can pick something up with 30 feet, and can it move at the max range of the spell in one turn?
Is that what it says? 30 feet.
Unless I move.
Got it.
If I take it and move with me, which I can do, I will do that because that's the priority is saving Ulrich. I will take the damage and it will be glorious. So
don't take the damage.
I will do
I'll be
this.
fine.
No.
Although I appreciate the kind gesture.
The role playing first.
What if you sink to the bottom 50 feet down? How are you going to be fine?
Dwarves naturally are buoyant.
I'm going to go into the middle of this.
That is the first time I've ever heard that.
I think we have a river. I think we have a revivify scroll. If I can get to him in a minute.
How much damage do I take, Russ?
Oh, yes. So you're going to move down there. So what you got to do is, it's not automatic damage. You got to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's not my strength.
You do have a point of inspiration, and you have a blue card. I don't know what your blue card does, but you got one.
It was attack of opportunity dodging.
Okay.
It is. My screen keeps on closing because I'm not smart. Sorry about that.
Well, the guy with the plate. He's the important thing here. Focus on him.
You don't control me. You're not my dad. Okay, we'll do this thing. And did we say strength check or constitution check?
Constitution.
Sorry about that. Constitution check.
Oh, do you
take damage?
Yeah, you do. You're going to take 1d8 points of damage. Why don't you roll that to see how well you can hold your guts in?
Woo! 3 points.
Yeah, you take 3 points of damage there.
That's great. I'm taking.
That's a very noble gesture of you, though. So
that's most important. Like
that's
first.
For you. That's pretty impressive. Clearly, good Pyrex in the driving seat.
Yeah. Well, I haven't. Yeah. Like I said, good actions by my friends inspire good actions by me.
There you go. All right. So once you go ahead and draw the rope where you're moving it to, because it can move from. I read the spell, and you're absolutely right. So it moves from 30 feet. Anywhere within 30 feet of you. So you can grab it from 30 feet away and move it to the other 30 feet.
If you read the other paragraph, he can't move it more than 30 feet each time he uses it. You can move the hand up to 30 feet each time you use it.
Right. So he couldn't move it 60 feet. That's important.
Right.
So let's see where it starts.
It disappears if he ever moves it 30 feet away from
It's
him.
okay, because instead I can just move it.
Move it to there and then extend the rope out. Yeah, that seems okay.
Yeah. I can also just cast a spell again from where
Yeah, he can just cast it again. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that's true too.
There you go. Yes, you do that. Okay, fair enough.
He's a wizard of quite renown. I mean,
he's a wizard of no small water, frozen or otherwise. So yes, so nice move there, Pyric. Very noble. I love everything about that. And so you get down there, you take a little bleeding damage from your own wound.
And wait a second. There's one more thing going on with this. Yeah, so it's from Persephone down to. There you go.
All right, nice. This is a good move. All right. Okay. So
I'm not strong enough to do this. I know that.
All right.
I've lifted Ulrich in very specific situations. I know exactly how heavy he is.
You're still getting back into the swing of things here. You were just in like a starfield at a moment looking at some kind of owl creature. And here we are back here. And weirdly, the situation, although completely different than anything you've ever seen before, feels oddly familiar in some strange way. And as you glance behind you, you see this rope that's been glowing, going from the neck of a stag all the way over to a post and then down into the water, where you can sort of see the slowly sinking, shadowy, bubbling figure of Ulrich going a little deeper.
Could I have one last thing on my turn, Russ? Could I have said something to Cowlick?
Sure.
Ram him into the drink, the big one, into the water.
Okay. Karluk, it's your turn.
Karluk is going to ram someone straight off this boat, hopefully. But first, he'll look at Ulrich and say, Ulrich, I don't think your armor floats. Why did you fall off the boat?
Take a point of inspiration, Dan.
I'll take it.
All right.
I could use that to knock this guy off the boat, hopefully. All right, so I move forward, dashing 1, 2, 3, 4. That is enough dash distance.
Yep.
Get to, let me see. Hammering horns. Immediately after I hit a creature as part of a melee attack, I can then attempt to knock them off. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. Double-handed sword attack, and I will attack with advantage. Here we go.
Using your inspiration, I take it?
Using the inspiration.
Fair enough.
Oh, 24 to hit.
24 to hit will hit the warlord. So then what happens?
Yes. Woo. All right. First damage. Oh, 10 slashing. And then he has to.
Does he take 10, you said?
Strength 10? Check.
All
right. Strength saving throw. 8 plus my proficiency bonus, which I think is a 3. Right?
Yeah, that's 3.
Yep. So that puts it at 11 plus my strength modifier, which is a 4. So that puts it at 15 saving throw.
He gets a 15 exactly. He gets advantage on the save because he is large, and he has +4 strength, so he gets a 15 exactly.
Okay,
so
Russ, if he's large, is his head in the fire?
No, because he's short for being large. So yes, he's tall, but he's not quite that tall. He's just below it right now. But it is the rigging's right above his head. That is correct.
Good try, Karlik. Good try.
All right, Karlik. Nice try, Karlik, but you bounce off him a little bit. You do get his attention though, so that's a good thing.
I am a bag of hit points.
Yeah, and you did hurt him. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, nice. Okay. All right. It's this guy's turn, but he's dead. And then it's the Submerged Shadow's turn. And let's see, where's been the last? Oh, I know where the most noise in the water is. So
a very quiet swimmer.
The Submerged Shadow zips forward. So Ulrich, you're under the water. It's freaking freezing under there. And a couple things. One, your warm outfits just became your worst enemy. So all your warm outfits that were keeping you warm and preventing frostbite and all that stuff have now slurped up all that great frigid cold water. And when it gets to your turn, we'll talk about all that. But as you see all that happening,
there's a nice fire going on up here, though.
Yeah, that's far away. You also see this creature sort of coming towards you, and I'll give you a little picture here. This is what it looks like under the water. This is the actual underwater view of what you're seeing right now. There it is. That's what it is. Coming right at you.
Again.
It is a beast.
It is a beast. It is a very big beast. And it's coming right at you there. And it is going to attempt to, you look like a tasty little treat. And so it's going to attempt to bite you. Ready? Here you go. Also, as it does this, it's also bumping the dock again as it does it. It's got multi-attack. It can do its bump and its bite in the same turn. So here we go. Are you ready, Joe? Here it comes. I'm sure it's going to miss. I'm not even worried about it. It rolled a 9. It is +7, so that is a 16. Right?
It did miss. Thank you, Russ, for predicting that.
I know it. So it deflects off. You get your shield just up in a time in a very cool graphic. You kind of, it half bites your shield and you push it away underwater with bubbles leaking out of your mouth. And at the same time, though, it also slams into the dock. And
what about the boat? Doesn't want to slam into the boat?
Well, you know, that's a good question. We'll make a roll. On evens, it hits the boat, and on odds, it hits the dock. Let's just see about that. Oh, I'm sorry, Pyric, it's the dock.
Okay, then.
So that's going to hit the dock. And what that's going to mean is a saving throw here, dex save for the stag, and everybody sort of in that general area. Euphemia, you're also too close. Actually, everybody's too close. You're all within 30 feet. So everybody's got to make a save.
I rolled, Russ. I rolled 17.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 17 as well.
My stag
saving throw.
My stag is fine. I'm not rolling for myself, though, Russ.
Yeah, you're fine. You already got bigger problems. So it sounds like Thalric.
I got a 5.
Yes. Thalric, you have failed. So you're going to go prone.
Looks like Pyric might have failed too.
Yeah,
Pyric, how'd you do?
I got a 9.
Okay, both of you go prone. The good news for Pyric is Pyric, you're not near the edge, so you just fall prone. So bad news, you're prone. Good news, that's all that happens. Thalric, bad news, you're prone. You also got to make a dex save to avoid falling off the edge of the pier.
Dex save?
Yeah, no problem. You're a freaking cat. Should be fine.
You think I would be? 18. I can roll is that going to make it?
You're fine. Right. And you dig your little claws in there and you're okay. Pyric, you're prone, so please remember that. You got to spend some movement getting up. And the elk is okay, Joe? Did we find that out?
Elk made an 18. So yeah.
Nice. Perfect. All right. Nice job. No problem there. Everyone did really well. Meanwhile, it is the big dude's turn. And the big dude is out of men. So he's got an issue here to take care of real quick. So he's going to go ahead and have a little situation here. And he yells in broken sort of common, "Dare you threaten the Sunblights? My brothers and father will hear of this." And he starts to stomp towards at an alarmingly fast rate because he's big, but actually surprisingly shrinking and growing doesn't change your speed, which is sort of funny. So he starts stumping along the dock, the boat here. So he goes 1, 5, 10, 15. Whoops, that's the thing.
Karlach will get attack of opportunity on him.
Oh, that's right. He can't leave Karlach. That's right. So he moves to here. He stays within striking distance of Karlach. Then and he just
he has to be closer to be in striking distance.
Yeah, he'll just move here. Hang on a second. There we go. Is that close?
That works.
There's a master.
Yep, that works. That works.
So he steps this way a little bit, and then he's going to try to. He's actually going to. He takes this. He's got this giant hammer that's on his belt, and he pulls it out, Karlach. And as he grabs it, as his hand touches the heft of the hammer, and he raises over his head, the hammerhead starts to glow in sort of the same weird blue color that other guy used with his the blade that appeared.
Oh, don't worry, they're not so tough.
And he swings his giant semi-glowing hammer that is not, it's glowing, but it's not like any magical glow you've ever seen. It's kind of a different vibe. And he's going to roll to hit here, Karlach. I'm sure it's going to be fine. It is. He rolls a natural 1. And
pick a card. His hammer breaks.
Does his hammer slip out of his hand and go off the boat?
Actually, no. In this case, he reaches up, forgetting how close he is to the rigging. He reaches up.
Oh, there you go.
And his hammer hits the crossbar and gets stuck, pulling down fire and ash into his visor from Pyric's fires. And he's now temporarily blinded. He'll be blinded for 1 round as he clears the fire and ash from his visor. He swears in all kinds of awful ways. In many ways that maybe if you knew Undercommon, you'd understand better.
Blind's good.
All right. So he's a mess at the moment. And I'm going to put a little blind symbol on him here. It's not sleeping, it's blind, but we'll remember that. And Pyric, your open wound goes down a point, so that's good. And now it is the Snow Leopard's turn. Snow Leopard, what do you got?
I got to stand up for half movement. So my question is,
how deep is
the head of the shadow beast sticking?
Your brother? Oh, sorry, there's a song.
Is the shadow beast sticking out of the water?
No, he's under the water, and you can see his shadowy form striking at your brother under there. Which you're not really sure how you feel about
that. Russ, thank you so much. On Cowlick's or on Pyric's bucket list, it was take Thrall to see a dinosaur. And so if everybody knows, I've been obsessed with Dinosaur Island and Thrall for like a year now. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much for allowing this to happen.
Well, Ulrich's got the up seat, actually.
What does the ice look like to the north, to the northeast, and to the east of Thrall?
Well, the picture sort of tells you the story there. So
it's pretty. Is it pretty solid to the north and northeast?
Well, you saw all the ice kind of crack when people hit it. So none of this ice is like stupid solid, but it looks like the ice near him is probably more solid than the ice section he's in right now, which is
all right. I'm going to jump down here gently as a cat. 1,
all right,
2, 3, and I'm going to go to here if all that is fine. So I'm underneath. Right? I'm going to mark myself as blue again because I'm underneath. That's what that was.
That sounds good. Yep.
And I am then going to grab the metal collar of Ulrich, of his armor, and attempt to aid him to pull him out
he's
on his turn.
underwater at the moment, so he's not.
You can't see any of them right now?
No, he's under. He's under.
Oh.
But when he comes up, you could help more.
Can I grab the rope with my teeth and start pulling with my claws and them?
You could, if you think you could do that without cutting the rope. Yes, it's not a magic rope or anything. You could.
Dogs do it in cool movies.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be fine. I would try it.
I'm not going to do that then. I guess I won't. I thought he was bobbing out there, so I guess.
Now, when he does pop, you could hold your action so that when he pops, you can help him. You know.
Well, that's what I'll do then. We'll hold my action that if he pops up, I will then grab his armor and give him an assist.
Yep.
To get out of the ice. So that's what I'm doing. I'll hold my action.
Yep.
All right, I'm done.
Right. Okay, excellent. The fire, which actually has had an effect on the game, Pyric. I hope you're excited about that. Can spread again. Pyric, please roll on evens. It spreads.
Oh, most important roll.
Yeah. Oh, the fire is unstoppable. It spreads again.
Yes.
Paste in like a fool.
Oh, Clippy.
Here comes more fire for you.
Does it?
There it is.
Is it double from every place that it is?
No,
now?
I'm just doing the ends. I'm not gonna.
Is it going down?
Is it going down?
You know what? Sure, it's starting to go down the post, but the problem is the mass is thicker, so it takes a little more work. But the rigging is thinner, and there's a sail up in the rigging, so the sail's really what's burning.
Oh, there is a sail up in the rigging.
How about
the sails really what's burning?
Are the rotten things starting to weaken? So they're like
potentially. I mean, the hammer hitting it didn't help anything. So the area near the hammer is starting to crack a little bit, and there could be some opportunities there, maybe. All right. So
do all the townspeople see this fire and come to our aid?
Well, maybe if it had been more than like 30 seconds, sure.
That's true.
All right.
It's been less than 30 seconds.
Time is the enemy.
Right. And I'm sure there'll be incidents, but we'll know what the local. I mean, the good news is Ulrich's established a really good rapport with the local constabulary, so it'll be fine, I'm sure.
He knows who to respect.
All right, Shadeen.
Okay.
What's up?
What is the feasibility of my jumping this gap and landing over here?
Anything's possible, but that's a long leap.
Possible.
So let's take a look at the leaping rules, because I feel like you're pushing the edge of leaping there.
Yeah.
I think it's the feet is equal to your strength if you run.
10 feet. You have the 10-foot movement, and you can't move further than your movement, but then it's equal to your strength score as far you can jump.
Yeah.
Unless you have boots of striding and springing, in which case
what's your strength score, Shadeen?
My strength score is I've got so many things up right now.
So if you ran to here, you could jump. This is technically only 10 feet, so you could land here.
Yeah, you could land.
You ran down 2 squares and then tried to jump.
If I go here, I can go there.
Yep.
Right. You basically could
step in there.
You could basically land here if you run down the dock a little bit.
Yeah, and you're not.
You still have to make a check though.
Yeah, and you're not at all leaping across like really, really, really thin ice with a giant shadow under it.
Yep, no, but you know what? I'm going anyway because I've got this picture in me head, and I'm going to be leaping across with my back arched and the axe over me head as I scream, "Die, you big glowing thing!"
He's blind now too. You go.
You know what we've learned about Shadeen is his eloquence of speech goes away when he's in combat.
Yes.
You shut up, you cat!
I feel like Megamind. Now it's your turn.
He's so eloquent when he's talking just normally.
How about that one right?
Oh
no! The halfling dirty too.
The good news, Ulrich, is he might turn around for the new fish.
Oh, you get to add a D4 to that. You get to add a D4.
Oh, I get to add a D4. I'm sure it'll make all the difference.
11 Russ has known Craig the longest, and you just made Russ has been waiting for this his whole life.
Well, I got an 11.
I got 11. Here's the thing. It's definitely not a DC 10 because this is a non-trivial leap. DC 12 is the next lowest DC. So
misses.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, there's really no way I can justify that actually working out with that.
Just because
does the ice crack underneath me?
Yeah, that's the thin part of the ice. That's basically
do I land on the big shadow?
Well, that's the interesting part. So as you float underwater, you are right next to the rear giant flipper of the big shadow, which now looks like that picture I showed Joe. So actually you're floating by. Now I do have, here's the cool part. So if you were a dwarf wearing plate mail and keep warm winter clothes to keep you warm, that would be a problem because the icy water would be leaking in and freezing you. But for some reason, for you, this is like a summer pool. It is warm. It is lovely. And the voice in your head says, you've got this thing right
where you want it. Okay.
As you're floating right in its rear flipper.
Russ, just mechanically, if you're fighting underwater, which I don't know if you count that as or not, you have disadvantage unless you have a swim speed.
No, that's true. He
or
does
some sort of magical
underwater,
thing.
so that part of the thing's a problem. Yes, unless he's got some kind of.
Can Craig make an animal handling check? Because if he just gets on the back and rides it as it flies up into the air, I mean, how epic would that be?
If he's attacking Ulrich, don't I have advantage?
You have a flank. You do actually. It's true.
You actually do have a flank. It doesn't know you're there.
So it'll be even up.
It's an even up roll because you're underwater, and fighting underwater is hard unless you're skilled.
Right. Now, could I use my inspiration?
Yes.
Sure. To get advantage. Yes, of course you can. Yeah.
Well, I'm not done. I'm not even beginning to. I haven't even begun to start.
This was all part of the plan.
Stop people from not doing good things bad. All right. That's my new war cry.
All right.
So first, I curse the bastard with the curse of the Hex Blade.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you have no idea what's about to happen here. Okay.
I don't. I really don't.
I would not have predicted this.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
I crit on a 19 or a 20.
Okay.
And I've got right now I'm at +8 on me damage rolls.
Yeah.
And you have advantage.
And I have advantage. And I'm using the inspiration because the advantage is just taken away from the fact that I'm underwater right now.
Right. So you get the advantage.
My first attack, I've got 2 of these, and I'm going for the higher of the 2, of course.
There you go.
So that's going to be a 23 to hit.
That will hit indeed. You strike true.
Alrighty.
You're using the momentum of your fall to really actually hit this thing.
Oh, indeed.
It was planned the entire time.
And I've got this +8 plus a D4. No, a D8. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we've got this there. That's 16. Okay. 16. So that's 23 by my count.
That is a powerful, powerful hit. You strike deep into its rear flipper and do a really great cut, and some blood starts to ooze out into the water around you. But you realize this thing is massive, and it's going to take quite a few more of those to.
Well, I've got at least one more in my pocket right now.
All right. Go for it.
Sadly, this is just a straight up D20, so we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah. I mean, the good news
19
is,
coming up. Oh, same roll.
No, but it is a 23. Another 23.
Yeah, because you hit. Yeah.
So that's 17.
Yeah.
That's 18.
Nice.
Question, Russ.
What's that?
Question.
Yeah.
If Bless puts you into the critical range, does that make a critical happen or not?
No, it's got to be a natural roll.
Still got to be a natural.
Okay. Good question. Thank you.
Good question.
Yeah, it was a good question.
There's all kinds of blood, 2 big gashes in its right rear flipper area there. And the good news is, as you do this, right, the thing's head sort of comes around in its long, swivelly neck, and its eye looks right at you. So, success, you've distracted it from Ulrich.
All right. And nobody can understand me because I'm underwater, but I'm screaming, I care nothing for your legend. Yeah, exactly. Everybody hears.
Actually, you know what? You're this close. You're yelling at it. You're sort of, trying to get into its, just kind of yell at it there. And why don't you make a perception check there?
Oh, yeah. You better believe it.
It's a robot.
A 10.
D4 plus D4.
Oh, plus D4, lest we forget.
Yes.
13.
No, it just looks like a big, scary underwater monster.
Oh.
All right.
It's a gnomish submarine. That'd be awesome.
All right. Okay. So Ulrich,
Ulrich looks at his brother, waiting for a hand up. He looks at the rope kindly sent to him by Pyric, and he looks at the big monster at him. He looks up. He wishes he knows his plate armor waiting for him up there somewhere. He uses a push with his shield up to the top just to get his head just above water and yells, "Misty Step!" And
all right.
Misty Step. Boink!
Does Misty
Up
Step
on top
have
of
a
the boat.
verbal? Does Misty Step have
just a verbal component? Yeah.
What's it?
Just a verbal component.
Well, you can't talk underwater.
Can I get above water? How do I get above water?
Well, you'll have to make a little you have to make some kind of swim up. You have to make some kind of athletics check.
Or maybe use the rope given to you.
Well, I don't have two free hands is a problem. I have an axe and one and a shield.
You got to drop something. I know.
So I can push with the axe. I'm going to make it without the rope. I'm without the rope here. I just got to get my head up enough.
I'm aiding him if he gets it all close.
Yeah. So you got to get close. So we had a couple things we got. How we do there?
Nat
20. All right.
I'm sorry. What was that? Because it seemed like it was a 26, 27.
All right. So Ulrich somehow uses his shield as a giant paddle and pushes himself up. And just as his brother gets ready to grab his collar, he just sort of says something and appears somewhere else.
Morden, guide my hammer. Now, that's a bonus action to cast.
Yeah. Okay. I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I can do that. And
when did he get Misty Step?
Oh,
he's a Vengeance Paladin. They get it.
I got a 20.
So they can track down the bad guys.
All right.
I got a 22.
So great. So you are freaking cold right now, like really, really cold. But at the moment, you're fighting off. You're super strong, athletically toned, blessed by Morden body is holding its own, but you don't know how much longer you're going to be able to stand in this cold in these sopping wet clothes like this without starting to really have some long-term problems.
I feel that description was very appropriate, though. Muscle toned, awesome. Yeah, very thank you, Russ. All right.
Well, you rolled in that 20 earlier. I got to give you some.
15, 20, 25. Oh, I can move 30 feet because I have my boots to get the flank.
He's blind. You would have had that anyway.
He's blind. You had it before he started.
That's all right. Next round, I'll be able to get him. And then I'm going to say, die! You are foolish to have challenged me. I told you to surrender.
Oh, he's so much better in a fight than I am.
I wish.
Smack talk about the
I'm sorry.
talk.
I'm sorry. All I heard was blub, blub, blub.
It bubbles.
I actually am a much better talker in the fight than all of you guys, but you can't understand my animalness.
So that's going to be a 25 to hit him for the first hit. Russell?
Right, hang on. 25, you said that hits. Roll damage.
12 damage. Slash.
12? Yeah. All right. He definitely does not like that. So that's not great.
All right. I got a second hit, though, because I am cold and I'm trying to warm up. Damn, I don't get a crit. That'll be a 23. That'll be 24. No, 8 points of damage. AC 24, I assume, hits.
It does hit.
And because I'm feeling frisky and I'm very, very angry at him for putting me in this predicament, I am going to do. Where the heck is my?
His little friend's going to send you back into the water. It's going to be great.
I'm right near the center of the boat. I'm going to move myself up a minute here. I'm gonna hit him again for another 9 points of damage of divine whatever it's called there.
He smited him.
Smiting him, divine smite. Thank you.
10 points of smite damage. Is that
that's
an not a spell, right?
It's 9 points of smite. No, it's not a spell. It's radiant damage that is included in the attack.
Use a part of the attack.
He's now bloody. He's a mess. He's like his eye. He's got soot and hot embers in his eyes, and he's trying to brush them out, and you're smacking them all around, and he's bleeding all over the boat. It's not looking good for him.
Yeah, I like your armor. Who made it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So it's now this other dude's turn. So let's see. We're gonna go back to him again. And we don't know where he is at the moment, which is how he likes it, honestly. I'm just going to try to find the guy so I can check a range situation here because, nope, don't need that guy anymore. And we need that guy. There he is. Okay. All right. So this guy is, oh yeah, he's got plenty of range. Okay. So, Actually, I'll go. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And he gets to here. And first of all, another little dagger comes flying out of somewhere, although no one sees where it comes from. Well, we'll have to make a check on that in a minute. Again, the little dagger deflects harmlessly off your armor, Ulrich.
Oh, well, it should have me. All right.
But then, again, there's this voice in your head. Get back in the water. You got to make another intelligence check there, Ulrich.
Do you have any inspiration? Use it. You got it.
He already used it.
Inspiration.
Okay.
10. Oh, wait. 13.
13. Your blessing barely saved you, and you're able
Gordon!
Gordon's
Gordon
voice
says
comes in your head
no!
stronger and says, ignore these excuses for dwarves and finish the problem. All right. And so that's his turn. And it is now Euphemia's turn.
Okay, Euphemia is just awestruck to see Shield Brother just launch himself out of the water, land on the deck, and fight the dwarf.
He basically bamps Rafe. He's like,
Yeah, it's like Nightcrawler situation. Yeah.
So that emboldens her, and so she knocks another arrow, and the bow says, "Swift death to my enemies." And then I utter the command word, "Swift death to those that have wronged the followers of Moradin." And I let loose the arrow, which is going to be all sorts of combos going here. I'm going to forgive my move, which now gives me.
He's actually blind, so you already have advantage.
Yeah, you got advantage already.
Okay,
Yeah.
Then I'll keep my move because I might need it.
Yeah.
All right, let me close that window and switch back to this window. All right, Joe, make sure I do this right. So I'm going to hit with by uttering the command word, it does this much damage just from the bow's special power. Oh, well, I got to get advantage. I got to hit first.
Right.
Make sure
That'll do it.
Well, maybe. Well, he's got heavy armor. What's your plus?
+8.
So 21. Does that hit? Because he still has a blessing.
Plus a D4.
Oh yeah, plus D4.
Does a 21 hit, Russ?
21 does hit. Yes.
All right. So you got a 22. So
okay. All right. Now the bow does 4d6 plus 4 piercing.
All right.
So it's 46 plus another 4d6.
Exactly, Joe. That's
Plus
exactly
5.
where I was going with that.
56 plus 5.
Okay, so here's the bow's damage, and then that's plus 4, right? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Joe, you keep track of that for me.
You get to reroll the 1 or no?
Well, hold on. Keep going because plus 5. So it's 19 right now.
Okay. No, Seppi, I'm going to do that because that's the bow's damage. I'm going to do that off of my damage.
Right.
This is my sneak attack damage here.
That's right. So now you can reroll.
you can reroll the 1 on that.
Reroll the 1.
That's 20. That's 34.
Still a 1.
So 35 points of damage.
Total.
All
right. So 35 points of damage, Russ.
All right. So your arrow goes right in. He just starts to, he's starting to clear the embers out of his eyes, and he just starts to look, and you think you can see the white of his eyes. So you aim right for that, and the arrow, and the bow says, "Finally." And the arrow flies true and sails right into his freshly cleared right eye, deep into his scalp, and he gets swept, and he starts to fall backwards. Rafe.
No, I catch him. No.
Rafe evens. He goes into the ice. Odds he lands on the deck, Rafe.
All right, I'm going to roll. I noticed that Pyric rolls the D4.
Does he instantly shrink though, Russ?
No, earlier I played it that he falls, hits the ice, and then shrinks.
Okay.
He falls onto the boat. So he falls back forward onto the boat and then shrinks down.
That's because you willed him to fall over.
And he's dead. And about to be on fire as the rigging falls onto him.
Well, why do you want it to be right in the middle?
All right, there you go. Okay, so Pyric, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to take the art as quite literal. And so I flip over on my belly, looking through the slats in the dock. I see the shadow attacking Shadeen. And then I, taking my staff in both hands.
Shadeen's attacking the shadow at the moment.
Shadeen and shadows.
You're damn right I am.
Yes. Shadeen and shadows. Nothing is more powerful than a shadow formed by light, and I summon the northern lights at their maximum density and send them into the shadow as well.
Oh, nice.
So that is maximum cast magic missile.
Nice. Pew, 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 pew. And the missiles easily find the openings in the water. And
yeah, they do. Yeah, that's like a gift. I gotta stay down.
You just like zip right in there like little guided missiles.
No, that's wrong. Don't I get a like? That seems wrong.
Well, there's two ways you can do it.
Okay. I hit the button and it did a weird thing. You create 3 glowing lights at higher levels. You cast a spell using a 2nd level slot or higher. You create 1 more dart. So I got 1 dart, and so I'm going to create 3 more, or 2, 3, 4, 4 more darts. Okay, 4 more darts. So I've got 5 damage plus this damage. Ooh, oh, that's really good. 15, 22 points of damage.
22. The darts find their mark and blending into the creature. You see the little lights strobe as they strike the outside of the creature's flesh.
It's a submarine.
It is bleeding. Just throwing that out there. It is bleeding. And
red oil
was looking like bombs falling on the craters in Star Wars. But anyway, so it's
bloody. Did you say it's bloody?
No, it's not bloodied yet, but it's
bleeding.
Just bleeding.
Descriptively,
it's bruised, but it's not bloodied. All right, Pyric. Anything else, sir?
Cowlick, grab the dwarf, get off the boat. The other dwarf will burn.
Hey, Russ, I forgot that I wanted to use my bonus action to hide behind those barrels. Can I go do that?
Sure, that's fine.
You have a plus 10.
Oh, damn!
So you have a 20. So you have a 22 right now.
Plus your bless. You have a 22 plus your bless.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
24.
It's the best 2 ever.
Best 2 ever.
That's pretty good. All right. So so you're hiding. All right, Pyric, anything else? Are you good?
2 is also known as Halfling's Bane.
Great. I'm great.
So Karluk, how are things going?
Karluk had such a great rhyme plan for the dead dwarf on the deck now. But you know what? One step down, another to go. He's going to walk on over and start dragging the dwarf off the boat. Well, I guess before he does that, I'll confirm with Ulrich here. Ulrich, should we get this dwarf over the pier so we don't lose the armor?
I put him in the shield upon Persephone. She'll bring him to safety.
All right.
There's another dwarf over here who's annoying me to no end.
What dwarf?
He's a very small dwarf, more like a gnome.
Oh, right. Yes, the small dwarf. Sure.
Not to be confused with the big dwarves.
Which we had those too.
Alex going to drag the whiny dwarf who's going to go tell on us to his dad and his brothers. And I'm just going to start dragging him. How far can I drag him, Russ?
What's your strength? 18. You should be able to lift him.
Okay,
you can do 360 pounds.
I mean, he's heavy, but you're very strong. So yeah, you can carry him.
Okay, I will just double move then.
Yeah.
There's one more, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. All right, and then I guess that I get there, but I've got him over my shoulders. I don't really want to fall off this pier. I'm gonna stay right there.
Exactly. Take the center stage.
All right, Calic's done.
All right, nice. Okay, one of the fires has a dead X on it. That was a mistake. Okay. All right. It's the submerged shadow's turn, which sort of spins around and decides there's new food in there's waters, and decides to take a bite out of Shadeen. And on evens, he will strike the dock. Odds, he will strike the ship. Let's see. We'll roll for the ship striking first. It's even, so it's the dock again, folks. Everybody on the dock has got to make a strength check / athletics check.
What if you're already prone?
I'm sorry, dex check. Dex check. What's that?
What do I need to? I'm already prone.
You're prone, so you're okay.
I'm on the ice.
Yeah.
Hey, halfling 1.
Hey, roll again.
Rerolling it.
All right. Okay. So, and how'd the stag do, Joe?
15 with the strength.
Okay, you're all good. You're getting good at this. And then he bites at you there, Shadeen.
Yeah, does he?
He does. And he is +7 to this roll. Oh, is that a nat 20? Let me consult. Let me consult the card omens here.
I think his neck is too small to swallow you. I hope.
Yeah, it's okay. So this is going to be pointy. And so oh, that's interesting. Okay, this is interesting. So first thing he does is he bites you. So his bite is 3d10 plus 4. So let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so that's going to be 18 plus 4 is 22 points of damage from the bite. Chomp, chomp. And then the way he bites you is he digs into your armor and it sort of pins it against your side, like it like bends your armor a little bit and pins it on. What kind of armor do you have there, Shadeen?
Half plate.
Yeah, that's perfect. So there's all kinds of metal things in it. His teeth bites in, and a piece of your armor bends in, pierces your armor, and then pins it against the side of your body. And so this is a pinned result. So basically, it pins your arm to your body, and you're gonna have to make a DC 16 strength check to free your arm, and you're gonna take 1d8 points of damage with each failed attempt. So you do that during your own turn.
What's the negative of having his arm pinned?
Well, you
I have a two-handed weapon, so
yeah. So you can't use your second arm right now, so that'd be a problem. Also makes swimming kind of hard too. So any kind of swimming.
Although I can use my axe one-handed, so
yeah, it's just less powerful.
Yeah.
All right, and it is. I think.
He's a green dragon. He has webbed feet.
That's true.
Shadeen, do you do a thing to people who hurt you? Isn't that a thing that you?
Oh, I do a thing. I do a thing. Russ, I'm about to do a thing.
All right, sing it.
I fiery rebuke this bastard.
Hellish rebuke, yeah.
Hellish rebuke.
All right.
It's DC 15. Let me
what's the DC? Dex?
15. It just says 15 on the sheet.
It's a
All right. So then Shadeen is pinned arm. I'm taking notes here. And it's a DC 15. What kind of check?
I don't know. Let me look.
It's dexterity.
Dexterity.
It's
okay,
dexterity.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Next save for the creature. He's +2 to this roll. So let's see what he gets. He gets a dirty 20, so he's good. Does he take any damage if he makes
half
it?
Damage.
Half damage, and it's 3d10.
All right, let's see.
Nice, Shadeen. It's a cool power.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
That's 23, so 12.
So he would have taken 11, but creatures and objects that are fully immersed in water have resistance to fire damage.
Oh, is it fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 11, so half of that would be 5. Right?
Oh, but wait.
Unless you can change the damage.
There's also this.
Yeah.
What's that?
So is that halved and halved again for that one too?
Is that fire or is that your curse?
That's the curse. No, the curse is the curse is also a +3, and that is the. Oh wait, what do I have to do to keep the spirits up? The spirit shroud.
Oh, that's right. You took how much damage?
I took 22, I think.
Make a.
So you have to make it
11.
11 DC 11 Constitution save.
And you get to add D4 to it.
You're fine. Yeah, you're fine. So all your spells are
So
still
he
up.
got +7 from the spirits and +3 from the curse.
What type of damage is the spirits?
Oh, you
Does it
guys,
say?
with all of these.
It's probably not fire unless
Probably
it's
not. I think it's
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. No, I think it's
It can be radiant, necrotic, or cold. I'll go
radiant.
with necrotic.
All right.
There you go.
So you do the 11 damage is fire, so you half that rounding down, so it's 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes 5 from that, and then how much necrotic damage did he take?
7.
All right, and he takes 7 necrotic.
And the curse adds +3 to the damage if I'm within 10 of the person I'm hurting.
Okay, excellent. So nice. So the creature is in bad shape. And I am happy to report you got him just bloodied. All right.
That's good.
And your open wound has reduced to only 2 wounds left, 2 turns left, Seppi. That's the good news.
Great.
And we're at the top of the round, so we should probably pause here as our time unfortunately runs out for this week. But excellent battling, folks. There were a lot of great scenes that I did not expect.
Yeah, well,
me
neither.
I didn't see you leaping into action against this thing and then bloodying it in like a round. So that's pretty good, Well,
I had help.
But all right.
One good backstab turn deserves another, is what I say.
I've got to go look up underwater combat, and we'll share with all of you how that all works next time.
I actually threw it in the discussion thing.
Oh, even better. All right, good. I'll read up on that then between now and next time.
That's amazing.
Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you all.
Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.